morning, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog. It is Thursday, I think. It is an absolutely stunning day outside. It is, sorry for those of you who live in cold climates, it is sunny. It's like 67 degrees outside right now. Today the high is 75. That is like the perfect day. I'm just getting ready now. I'm actually gonna do my hair and film, but I'm filming my makeup routine as part of like a branded thing. I'm so excited. So I'm just doing my hair to kind of get it out of my face. And I thought for today's vlog, I would just take you along with me during the day and do like a catch-up Q&A. Just sort of let you know where I'm at, give you life updates, tell you what you want to know, you know? You'll send me the cues and I will A them. So I asked you guys on Instagram last night to send me some questions and we'll see what you wanted to know. All right, right off the top, the first question that I always see people ask is like, how are you really doing? Or how are you actually doing? And I just think that's such a kind question to ask somebody. Like, that's just so nice. So overall, I'm doing okay. In the grand scheme of things, I personally am so privileged. I am living just an absolutely dream life. So I'm doing well, but it's really difficult to kind of see the horrors constantly that are going on in the world every single day and just try to like go about your day-to-day life. Like, it's really kind of impossible. So I do have days where it's just feels all consuming and it's just so, I feel hopeless. I feel hopeless, I feel helpless. And I think it's normal to have days like that, but I also am just, yeah, trying my best to remember to like prioritize joy when I can, and to practice gratitude when I can, and to help when I can, and to amplify things when I can. And I would say like overall I'm personally doing okay, but it's just like everything else. Some days, I mean, I know we all can feel like this, where it's just like, what is the point? Like, this is so bad. But I just try to focus on like the good things and continue to, yeah, keep myself informed and also practice joy as an act of resistance and continue therapy and take care of myself. And it's kind of all you can do, you know? So overall, yes, I am doing okay. Thank you so much for asking. And I hope you are all doing okay as well. But it's completely all right if you're not. There are currently some sounds happening, so I do apologize for that. Okay, we'll answer one more question while we're here, and then I need to get started with my filming. This one says, do you get Botox? You look great, by the way. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. I do occasionally get Botox. Reminder, I am 38 years old, so, you know, I feel like I'm in kind of like the prime age, and it's more like a preventative kind of thing. But I haven't gotten Botox in probably a year. Like, I would say it's pretty close to a year. I would say I get it like 1 to 2 times a year these days. So I actually do have an appointment to get more next week. It's totally a personal preference thing. I have a very complicated relationship with it, because on some days I feel like absolutely not, I'm going to like rebel and I'm going to just let myself age naturally, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But then other days I'm like, I just really like having a smooth forehead, you know? So I try not to deep it too much, but it's a very personal choice for everyone, and I support bodily autonomy, which means doing whatever you want with your own body. I'm not promoting it by any means, but it's just something that I do from time to time that, you know, makes me feel nice. All right, we're just gonna finish up hair. I'm trying to be more mindful of the hair oiling part of the Abby Young routine. I am still filming a main channel video for that, but I haven't filmed an update in like probably 2 months. So I should probably do that. I'm still keeping up with it, but I just need to like update. But there's really not much to update other than like, I'm doing it. I don't need to touch my hair up. See, I do this thing where I like over style it and like overheat style it. So we're just gonna smooth down the flyaways and then we're gonna film this video. All right, we're gonna take a little filming break. I just filmed the makeup routine portion and now I need to film the rest of the talking portion, but I just thought we would chat a little bit more. Okay, the next question says, what are you currently reading? I am now finally officially reading Game Changer. I am so excited. Drew actually got me the book for either Christmas or my birthday, I can't remember. And I've been just putting it off because it took me so long to get through my last book. I think it took me like months. And then I found out after I got through it, like I finally was like, okay, I finished it. And then it like ends kind of on a cliffhanger and there's a second book. And I'm like, ugh. Anyways, what I'm currently reading is Game Changer, which is the first book in the series from the TV show Heated Rivalry. That's based off of the books. So this first book is Kip and Scott's story, which I am actually so invested in because I loved them so much on the show and I wanted them to get more airtime. Like first 2 episodes of Heated Rivalry, I was like, okay, it's hot, I get it, but like what's the point kind of thing? Like I don't know why everyone's freaking out. And then episode 3 hit, which was Scott and Kip's story, and I was like, I'm obsessed. And so like I'm just really excited and hoping that in future seasons like they'll be shown more, you know, frequently and stuff. And I just think it's so cute. So I'm at the very beginning. I'm only like a couple of chapters in, but it's really cute and I'm excited to do something a little bit lighter. I read a lot of like thriller, kind of crimey sort of stuff, and so it's just nice to read something like happy. Next question says, have you ever been a sleepwalker? I used to as a kid and it's happening again now. Okay, I think this is an interesting question because no, I'm not a sleepwalker, but I do have weird sleep things. I've never had like sleep paralysis, maybe like once. I have nightmares some of the time, like, you know, it's definitely ramped up when I'm more anxious, but I also have this thing that I haven't seen a ton of people talk about online before. I do think I've talked about this previously, but it's called sleep hallucinations, which is basically like this thing that happens for me typically really soon after I fall asleep. I will then wake back up, but I'm not fully awake yet. So it's like I'm half asleep, I'm dreaming still, but I'm awake, and so it takes me a few seconds to realize that things aren't real. So for me, it's typically like in the form of I'll think I see a bug. I'll think I see a bug on like the covers, or sometimes I'll see like a spider descending from the ceiling, or one time I thought I saw butterflies all over Drew, like literally head to toe he was covered in butterflies, and I was like, huh. And sometimes I react like out loud, like I'll say something, but I'm never really like scared. It's more just like a thing that I'm like, whoa, that's weird. And there have actually, okay, warning you, there have actually been a couple times where I've seen people, but they're not really people. It's like kind of freaky. I don't know. When I explained it to Drew, he's like, this is from a horror movie, like you're possessed. And I'm like, no, it's just, I'm not scared. It's just like, there was one time I thought I saw an old lady in my room. This is when I was living at my dad's house. And I like immediately ran to the bathroom because I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be so embarrassed when she finds out she's in the wrong house or like whatever. And it typically takes me anywhere from like 15 to 30 seconds to realize that like, oh, this isn't real. One time Drew and I were camping and I thought I saw a child in the middle of the night, and it's like, how could I see that if I was asleep, you know? And that's usually, it takes me a second. I'm like, no, I saw it, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't. I dreamed it, and now I'm awake and I think I saw it. You know, it's kind of confusing. And then there was another time where we were in our house in Arizona, this was years and years ago, where I thought I saw someone like tiptoeing in the middle of the night. It's kind of scary when you talk about it, but I'm never really that scared when it happens. It's just like, whoa, that's weird, and then it's over. So if anybody has also experienced that, definitely let me know in the comments. But from what I've looked up, it is called sleep hallucinations. But sleeping is fascinating. Like, it's truly so wild that our brains are so powerful, like in their sleep. There was one time where I had a dream that I was having like an emergency, like a medical emergency in my sleep, and I woke up and I was like hyperventilating. Like, it's just so weird. Okay, I'll answer one more right now. It says, how do you remember to keep things for your junk journal? I always forget. Oh, I forget. I forget a lot. If I kept everything for my junk journal, I would never stop junk journaling, but I just forget all the time. So don't you worry, you're in good company. Just remember when you can, and if not, just jazz it up with like stickers, little like scrap pieces of paper. You know, that's kind of the beauty of junk journaling, is you can just create it from nothing. There have been times where I save like one thing and I'll base like an entire page around it, you know, so don't worry about that. But sometimes when I'm with other people, like that will inspire me to remember, like especially if they junk journal, I'll remember, oh, I need to keep this, or I'll save this trash or whatever. But a lot of times I'll like throw away a sticker by accident or not keep something, and I'm like, oh, I should have kept that. So I actually want to thrift like a little vintage kind of like letter, like mail holder. You know how they used to have those things that they'd mount on a wall and you'd put like your letters in it or whatever? It'd be really cute to thrift one of those, and then as I come in to the house, I can just like throw all my junk in there instead of just having it like in a random Ziploc bag in my house. So we'll see. All right, anyways, I need to continue with my filming. Here's where I will be for the foreseeable, and we will check in later. All right, it's lunchtime now. I am just making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because we don't really have much else. We're actually going out of town this weekend, so
We are.
don't have a ton of woes-wees. Yeah, we are. And I would say like a couple times a week, this is my lunch, and I just love it. Do a little chips, a little Rice Krispie treat, maybe some grapes. My dietitian is like, love a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Also, sorry if you can hear the outside sounds. We have the door open and the curtains blowing in the wind because it is an unbelievably gorgeous day outside. I do the, I don't know how this happened, but I do the Cape Cod chips. These are the 40% less fat version because gallbladder this. We'll do some of our expensive Costco grapes, which by the time this vlog goes up, that video will have happened, but they're very expensive for grapes anyway. But I mean, they are pretty. Like, look how gorgeous. Okay, anyways, we're gonna answer some more questions.
Did you see my question?
Pop my butt, pop my butt. Yeah, I did.
Mark.
Drew and I just have internet brain rot. You'll have to forgive us. I mean, that is very beautiful. What?
I'm just thinking of pop my butt.
Oh my god! Get a life! It's your current vocal stim for sure.
I don't even know what it fucking means.
Nobody does! And then I'll make a little iced tea. This is, I actually don't know what it is because I brought it from Arizona. Like, I split it in half basically, but it's some kind of like herbal fruit tea. I think it's maybe raspberry flavored or something. It's really good. We'll put it in a cute little glass with some ice. Look at that color. Stunning. My delicious lunch. Let's see what the next question is. No. Someone asked, how is the dual citizenship with California and Arizona? Seems like you guys love it. We were just talking about this morning. We do love it. We know that it's a temporary thing, so we're just kind of fully enjoying it. But it's gone on a little longer than we originally anticipated, but it's just working right now, so we're going for it. Of course, there are little things that are like kind of a logistical headache where it's like, who's gonna water our garden when we're out of town? Or, oh, that package is getting shipped to this place or whatever, and we have to ask someone to get it. Hello, first world problems. Like, it's just great. It's truly my dream life. You were saying though, this morning, that you'd like for us to like take advantage of it more.
Yeah, we only spend like a week in Arizona every time.
Yeah, we'll go for like a week or two, and he's like, no, I think we should go for longer. Like maybe we go for like a month, 2 months, something like that. So we'll play around with that, but we're also not gonna publicize like where we're gonna be. So honestly, like it is so much fun. I am dreading the day that it comes to an end because we're just having a blast. Someone said, girl, if you always wanted to move abroad, now is the time. Let me tell you, it's enticing.
Yeah, anyone want to like adopt some 30-year-old, late 30s Americans?
If anyone wants to adopt us, please.
I can cook and clean.
We can cook and clean. In all seriousness, I think about it often. I want to do at least, even if it's just like a short term, something abroad at some point. Do you have any siblings and are you close in age? I do have siblings. I'm the second oldest. I'm the eldest daughter. I have an older brother, then there's me, then I have a younger brother, then I have a younger brother and sister that are twins. And no, we're not the same age at all, actually. My brother is 6 years older than me, my older brother. My younger brother was born when I was 12 or 13, and then my younger brother and sister were born when I was like 14. So that's kind of another reason why sometimes when people are like asking me about my choice to parent or whatever, I kind of feel like I like lived the baby thing already. Like I went through that in high school. I feel like I raised kids already, even though I didn't, you know? We have finished. I need to touch up my lipstick. 1 second. We finished lunch is what I was trying to say. And I am actually going to go get a pedicure. I feel like it's time. I do one like, I don't know, once a month, every other month, something like that. It's my way of treating myself, you know? This is, in case you're wondering, the Rhode Peptide Lip Shape in the shade Lift. It's very nice. I mostly use it as a lip liner, but sometimes I touch up with it. Okay, should we answer another question? Someone said, what is your current Taylor Swift song ranking? I actually have done the, like, I think it's the only one that I know of, the like actual, you go through every single Taylor Swift song and rank it. I've done it twice. I did it once, like, I don't know, a couple years ago, and then I did it after The Life of a Showgirl came out. So here, in case you're wondering, is like my top Taylor Swift ranking, which some of this surprises me. Like there are other songs that I feel like I would listen to more than that, but that's just what I got. And then in case you're interested to know, my least favorite Taylor Swift song that's ever existed, that's ever been made, is Cancelled. It's terrible. This one is gonna be very easy, and it says, I just realized you can hear my fan in the background. I'm really sorry about that. But this question says, what is the most annoying question you get asked? And I think if you watch me, you're gonna know the answer to that, which is, are you getting married? Are you having kids? Have you changed your mind on having kids? Why aren't you married? Why don't you have kids? Why aren't you and Drew married? When are you and Drew gonna get married? Are you guys gonna get married? Are you guys finally gonna change your mind about having kids? Are you any closer to deciding if you wanna have kids? It comes along with the job. People join my channel at different times. People haven't maybe necessarily been around since I started talking about this in, I don't know, 2017. No matter how many times I have clarified it, talked about it, said, yeah, I don't really know. There have been times where it's more no. There have been times where it's maybe. I'm still kind of undecided. No matter how many times I say that, it will be my most asked question. If that's the worst thing I get asked, it's absolutely fine. I understand the curiosity, but I just wonder why we automatically kind of like view women in society as odd or strange or different or whatever when they want something different than like the kind of traditional path that's set out for us, or the like sort of achievements that we're supposed to have, or the like life goals or whatever. Like it's okay to aspire to something other than just being a wife and a mother. It's also okay to aspire to that, you know? But I've heard from and seen so many creators and people in my real life that get questions all the time about, when are you having kids? And they like just went through a miscarriage, or they're infertile or whatever, and you just never know. Anyways, okay, I need to get some flip-flops. Oh, they're in the garage, just kidding. That is just gonna be something that I'm asked about for the rest of time, and I'm okay with that. Even if I did decide to have kids someday and get married, it would be like, when are you having more kids? Like I feel like it never ends, you know? So it is what it is. All right, pedicure is done. That was actually really quick, and I did something that I don't do often, but I should do more, and I worked the entire time I got my pedicure done. I had a bunch of screenshots I needed to take for the video that I filmed today. I talked about like 25 different trends and things that I'm really loving and things that I'm not loving. I filmed like an anti-haul and all that kind of stuff, and I needed to take like hundreds of screenshots, and so I did that while I was getting my pedicure done. Oh, you can't see that. I took so many screenshots and I managed to get that done. I was answering emails, I was doing things for my accountant. So actually it was quite multitasking, if I do say so myself. So anyways, okay, let's see, what other questions did you have? This question like made my heart like hurt, but in a good way. And it says, what was preteen Carrie like? What music did you listen to, and favorite movies and TV shows? Okay, so to be honest, I don't remember a whole lot of my preteen years. I have that like kind of trauma response where I don't remember most of middle school and high school. Like, I remember little things here and there very well, and middle school for me is fuzzier than high school. I would say the things that I do remember about preteen Carrie are that I was a very curious girl. I was desperate to fit in. Like, all I wanted to do was just fit in and be loved. I loved Even Stevens. I was like a massive Even Stevens fan. I loved Disney Channel original movies. Watching music videos, like TRL was everything to me. I loved pop music, always have. I loved R&B music. I loved Aaliyah. She was like my it girl. I loved all of the like preteen, tween reality shows. I was obsessed with Bug Juice on the Disney Channel. Do you guys remember that? I actually lied and told a bunch of popular girls at school that I knew how to get on the show, and if they just gave me their email. Like, they obviously were like, she's lying. Anyways, I loved rap music. My mom bought me the Chronic 2001 album on like CD. So I don't know what, she was just like, yeah, I like this too. I listened to like Dr. Dre, Eminem. I loved the Juvenile. I loved the Back That Ass Up song. Oh my God, that song was the best to me. So that was kind of when I discovered rap music as well. So I just liked it all. I remember listening to a lot of Boys to Men. They like taught me harmonies, and they are still like the blueprint for me for harmonies. I listened to a lot of Brian McKnight, Mariah Carey, the pop girlies like Jessica Simpson, Mandy Moore, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I liked a lot of things, and I was just like a really sweet little girl who was in a really toxic home at the time and didn't deserve it. This question says, how's your tummy doing? I would say it's, I was gonna say manageable. It's okay. It's not fantastic. There are definitely days and weeks where it's a lot worse. I'm mostly managing it through diet. I have found that if I have too many fibrous things, like too many cruciferous vegetables or too many beans or whatever, not good. And then especially my biggest trigger still to this day is fat. Like if I have anything that is high in fat, it will take me out for days. And I feel it right here. It's this intense burning. I think it's my duodenum. I think it's gastritis and duodenitis, as I don't think SIBO and fat are connected or related at all. So I think there's just like a little ecosystem going on in there, and they're all fucking with each other basically. But I've just been trying to eat lower fat. But it's like the reason people are like, oh, it's because you don't have a gallbladder. And it's like, this was happening even before I got my gallbladder out. So it's just weird. But I do think now I am what? Oh my gosh, I'm almost 8 months out from my gallbladder surgery, and I am definitely feeling better, but I think I'm gonna be one of those people that it takes like a year to a year and a half to really feel better. But do I want to say this online? Yeah, I will. I'll be brave. I haven't taken my antibiotics yet for my SIBO because I'm scared. And we are working on that in therapy. It's an OCD thing. I am very afraid of medication. I'm afraid of everything medical. I know it's gonna help me, but there are really bad die-off symptoms. And it's just, I'm going to take it. I just haven't yet. And then also like I had a colonoscopy in between, and you know, haven't quite gotten to that point yet, but I will be taking my antibiotics. There's 2 this time for SIBO, and that's gonna be pretty gnarly. And then I'm probably gonna have to go on like an elimination diet during and after the antibiotics, and I'm just mentally preparing for that. So I'm doing okay, but I'm hoping that in the next few months things will be better. All right, I couldn't resist. I had to get myself a boba. I got a strawberry kiwi smoothie with almond milk and like 50% sweet, and then just regular boba. Really good. All right, we're home. I have decided that I'm gonna take a bath this afternoon, but I figured I would answer some questions first. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher in the background. Let's do some rapid fire. What's one thing you don't regret sharing online? I love you. I love you too. I don't regret sharing my health journey online. I feel like there were maybe times where I thought I regretted it because I was just like, whoa, people are like trying to police what I eat, or being like, it's because of this, or trying to diagnose me or whatever. But it has been the most rewarding part of my journey of being online, like to date. Like so many messages of people being like, I, you know, watch your vlogs and I was encouraged to go see my doctor, and now I'm getting my gallbladder removed. I've been so sick for like a year and no one was listening to me and blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, things like I talked about in the last vlog. It's been the most rewarding thing ever. So I do not regret sharing that at all whatsoever. What ADHD advice would you give your younger self? Oh my God. Nothing's wrong with you. Your brain is just wired differently than like the average person, but nothing is wrong with you. You have just a different spicy little brain, and it's wonderful and it's weird and it has little quirks, and we love those things. Any travel plans for 2026? Potentially. I'm in talks with one of my friends right now about potentially taking a trip across the pond for 2026, but nothing is like certain yet, but that's a possibility. And then do you and Drew have any international travel planned this year or next with the UK flag and the Japan flag? We don't know yet. Obviously right now we're doing this sort of dual state living thing, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to do international travel on top of that. So maybe, but probably after that chapter is over. Did you ever end a friendship with someone who didn't value you, and how to overcome missing them? It's hard because a lot of it is sort of like wired in your brain. Like you naturally sometimes gravitate towards those people who are like less available and less, I don't know, interested in you. Like I used to be that way with people I would date sometimes, with friends sometimes. And the way to overcome missing them is to realize that you deserve better. Like, you know, to realize your own worth. That's how it clicked for me anyway, was to be like, wait a second, I deserve a friend who's gonna be there for me, and not when it's just convenient for them. But no matter what, a friendship breakup really sucks and it's really tough, and I'm sending you a lot of love. Do you take any meds for mental health / ADHD? And if so, Did they help, or is it better without? So I did get prescribed ADHD medication, kind of like how I mentioned before. I took it for like a week or 2 weeks or something like that, and then I got scared and I never took it again. So I'm not a good person to talk to about that. Actually, my therapist and I are also working through potentially me getting on some anxiety medication and the anxiety that I have around that. So while I have zero stigma in my own head about medication, it's the fear of the meds itself and like what it could potentially do to my body that scares me, you know? All right, let's get this bath going because I'm excited. All right, while my bath is finishing up, let's answer the final few questions. Okay, I am going to address this because some people ask really nicely and they say, how are you doing mentally, especially with weight loss during sickness? Thank you, that's so kind. Other people say, curious how you've been losing weight, period. Sometimes I get DMs or messages or comments being like, I see someone fell into the Ozempic epidemic, or are you going to address your weight loss injections? And I'm like, I'm not on weight loss injections. And if I was, that would be okay as well, but I am not. Hold on, let me check on the bath water. Okay, we're gonna pick our bath bomb of the day in my gigantic Lush tub. What is next? Is this one Twilight? Is that what this one's called? Yep, it's Twilight. I've used this one forever. It's a pretty one and it smells delicious, and it's a good one for like afternoon, evening time. Gorgeous. Anyways, point being, I'm doing okay. Thank you so much for asking. I have not intentionally lost weight. It's just something that's happened. I've also completely changed my diet, like night and day, overnight. It was never the same again. Kind of as I mentioned before, like there are just things that my body does not tolerate at the moment. So as a result, I've lost weight. And it's been so bizarre to feel like I constantly need to defend myself because of that. And the majority of people are so wonderful and they get it, but I just think we need to be way less comfortable asking people about their body. I've been losing weight because I haven't been eating the same way I used to eat. And I actually got a couple questions about exercise as well, like why haven't you been exercising or whatever, and it's just, I don't know, I haven't felt that well. But I really do want to get back into regular exercise because it does help with SIBO, it helps with gastritis, it helps with all the things that I'm going through. It's just, I'm in like a very slow season of life at the moment, like a sedentary season, you could say. So definitely need to get back into the movement. But thank you to everyone who's been so kind. Okay, final question that I just thought was really funny. Actually, I'm gonna read this to Drew too. This is my final question. I'm answering for my Q&A, and someone said, do you make Drew go to Pilates every morning?
Fucking do CrossFit.
I fucking do fucking CrossFit and fucking shit.
What a fucking wiener.
That guy's a loser. Anyways, that's gonna do it for my little Q&A vlog for the day. I hope you enjoyed spending some little off moments during the day with me. I enjoyed taking you along. I'm gonna hop in the bath. I'm gonna read Game Changers. Thank God. We're heading back to Arizona soon, so there will be some more Arizona vlogs for those of you that like that. And I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye.